Donald Trump has promised to delay a ban on the social media giant TikTok in the United States and a joint venture arrangement. With more, I'm joined by our national technology reporter, Ange Lavoie-Pierre. Hi, Ange.
Yes.
So what's the current state of TikTok in the US now?
Well, it looks like it's back online 14 hours after it went dark, around 4 o'clock on Sunday, Australian time. It started coming back, and that immediately followed Donald Trump, of course, posting that that he would extend the period allowed for a sale. Yeah.
So it went dark because ahead of an official ban, a legal ban on TikTok.
Yes.
So for national security.
That's right. So that was the deadline for TikTok to either have been sold by its owner, ByteDance, of course, a Chinese-owned company, or to kind of go off, to go dark in the US. And that ban was passed back in April. There have been attempts to ban it stretching back to 2020, but finally got over the line in April this year because of, as you mentioned, security concerns to do with how much data TikTok and ByteDance was collecting on Americans. And, there's a suggestion that there's more that we don't know, that, senior officials and the president and so on would be briefed on, but the national security risk was significant enough that it required these steps that have been taken. It's since been upheld, most recently by the Supreme Court. And then in the last 2 days of the Biden presidency, we heard from that administration that they were not going to penalise anyone who penalise any of the companies for not enforcing the ban. So that's the various service providers that help keep TikTok online and running, and of course TikTok itself. And now Donald Trump has said the same thing. And yeah, we did see the platform go dark for altogether around 14 hours, but it's back online now. And what TikTok has said is that they've now got sufficient assurances from the Trump administration that they won't see some of those huge fines that could have come to pass had they not switched the platform off.
And in the meantime, is it still looking for a new owner?
Well, ByteDance has been pretty resolute in saying that TikTok is not for sale. Now, of course, how much of that is posturing and how much of it is sincere is impossible to say. We do know, in saying that, I'm going to issue an executive order that allows an extension for this sale deadline, Donald Trump did also say that there would be what he would want to see would be a 50% part ownership type model. Now, this is all very kind of legally tricky. There are a range of differing opinions from legal scholars in the US as to whether an executive order, how that kind of measures up against a bill that has been passed by Congress, which is in fact an act now, and whether he has the power to say that the fines won't apply. But clearly, whatever assurances he gave to those companies, to ByteDance, to Oracle, the cloud services provider, the internet service providers, it was good enough for them to be confident enough to allow TikTok to come back online because, the proof's in the pudding and TikTok is back.
And finally, what does all this mean for Australian TikTok users?
Well, not much at the moment, but, Australia's TikTok is America's TikTok. It's a global system, and I think what we know for sure is that this is not static. We will see TikTok change one way or the other in the coming weeks and months.